Good afternoon, this is Colton with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar, doing a digital roof and solar inspection here out in the Coronado area. We do these inspections to outline the current condition of the roof and then the recommended action and the materials and the process that we're going to go through. We like to start here on the eaves of the roof so we can outline one of the roofing projects. I mean, you're going to replace bad wood, right? They actually use fascia board here that's pressure treated, so it actually avoids significant termite loss. And then you can see right here you have your drip edge metal and then your starter shingle right here. A very weak starter shingle, you're actually seeing it able to pull up. Enough wind, high rains will actually impede into that. We see you can see how weak this is right here. And then there's only one layer on this roof of shingles, but this is a low sloped roof, meaning that it's under a 4 and 12. It's actually a 3 and 12 pitch. You have to use a specialized underlayment underneath this type of shingle roof in order to properly secure the nails. They only use 40-pound single layer of felt paper. And now by Roofing Cobra, we need to use peel and stick that actually peels and adheres to the wood decking. You can also see how the shingles are slightly stretched, meaning they kind of stretch the shingles when they installed them, meaning that water can get underneath that initial shingle and find the nail and into the wood. So just some workmanship there, and then also the roof has been pushed to the 25-30 year mark. You can tell that because of what happens to a shingle over time is the granules start to dissipate and you start to see a lot of fiberglass showing through. We'll kind of show that over there. This flat section that's over the entryway right here, very small section, but you can see some repairs that were improperly done with shingles right there, and then right here on the edge right here. It's such a small section that I recommend including this in the scope of work, just because if we're doing everything else, this this less than 100 square feet right here makes a lot of sense to redo. We have two different solar systems on this roof. We have a newer solar system right here, and then an older system right here. And Solar Edge just seems to be the monitoring device on it. Us being a fully licensed and insured solar company, we can remove and then reinstall this system and provide all the proper warranties with one company for roofing and solar together. Very sensitive section here where we had a lot of repairs that have been done. A lot of water comes down right here, and it looks like they've done a torch down repair over time because it keeps leaking right here. A torch down is a material that for flat roofs in a salty and in a hot environment where you get a bunch of sun, it actually starts to pull away the tar and the welds start to break. And so right here in this section, we're going to recommend an ice and water barrier, and then we're also going to do TPO. TPO is a single ply material that has a better manufacturer warranty than torch down. It's going to be the same price per square foot as well. A lot of repairs around the penetrations and stuff. We can see ponding water on this section right here. This is something we're going to include. But then getting down here, we can see the granule loss that's kind of occurring, where you can kind of see the shininess of the fiberglass kind of showing through, right? So this is an area, really sensitive area right here. We're going to spend a lot of care and attention to rebuild this Cricket ice and water barrier TPO. This package unit for air conditioning can stay on the roof. It actually has the ability to reflash around it. We're going to keep that on here. This is your old solar system right here on this side. And then you can just see how the shingle stagger lines are a little offset. There's been a lot of repairs done around the ventilation, right? We don't really use whirlybirds anymore because we like a low profile, low Hagen vent that has a better protection for fire embers. Something fundamentally wrong with this roof as well is the skylight installs. We have skylights with no curbs. So they're basically fixed mounted to the roof decking, but it creates a lot of issues around them. So we're going to need to replace these skylights, and there's been a lot of repairs to them as well. As you can see, they're probably leaking around the seam around the side. These are the standard size from Home Depot when we can replace the like as, but we need to build them up on a 2x4 curb around. So a couple satellite dishes here. We like to see those mounted to the fascia boards on the other side so we can remove and dispose. Sometimes they're not being used, or we're going to direct the owner to get those mounted to the fascia boards to preserve the roof. Another skylight with a lot of issues around it, so we're going to get these off, rebuild the curb up, right? Once the whole roof's taken off, we're able to replace any damaged wood, right? I mean, it includes plywood or anything like that. But this is your old solar system right here. These are older panels that are around 200 watt panels. The new panels that we install these days are around 400 watt panels. So if we're looking at kind of saving a little bit of cost, I'd recommend disposing of the old system and recycling, and then just keeping the existing system on as those panels are newer. The older the panel that gets, the more microfractures that happen, the less production that happens. So because this is a low sloped asphalt shingle roof, it's not as pitched as like that right there, we need to use a peel and stick underlayment underneath. We're also then going to use a TPO and ISO water barrier to rebuild the cricket where the really sensitive areas are. All these you know, necessary parts of the scope of work are going to ensure that this roof will last. It's going to be under an Owens Corning total protection system warranty with a 50-year total protection system warranty. Build Brothers, because we've had the same 3 roofing crews in-house, provides a lifetime workmanship warranty that will be on the solar attachment points and on the roof itself. So this roof will be warranted for leaks for 50 years. And so this is a very good upgrade. It's time to stop putting, you know, these small repairs and do it one time and do it right, do it good, and there'll be no issues to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and formulate this this proposal up for the owner, and we'll hopefully get this scheduled for the next couple weeks. Thank you.